Day number day number one of the Rare Air Invite, game number 2, as the Air Force Academy Falcons will be taking on the Ottawa Spirit out of Arizona. Falcons won the first game today, 15-8 over Biola. Here's the opening sprint. And to no great surprise, it is Grant Snyder who controls. Looks like Lucas Smith will get his second start in the goal for the Falcons in this tournament. 7-0 when he gets the start. Picked up his 7th win against Biola. Of course, the big story being Grant Snyder now has 104 points. He is 3rd on the all-time list here at the United States Air Force Academy. Christy Carter, the aforementioned Grant Snyder. We always told you about Lucas Smith. One of the things that, as that shot is wide left. Sam De La Cruz might have gotten a little shot in the jaw there on that last possession down the pool. For the Ottawa Spirit, Zachary Witten will be in the goal. Number 3, Jonathan Wong. Number 4, Tristan Ambrosi. Number 5, Arnaud Parmentier. Number 7, Matty Roebuck. Number 9, Roland Ralston. And number 14, Charles Campbell. This is an NAIA school. And Spirit get on the board first. So the Falcons trail 1-0 here in the early going. One of the things the Falcons talked about was getting that extra pass, and there's a shot. It's a little too hard, hits off the side of the pipe. Jonathan Wong will be credited with the first score of the match for the Spirit. NAIA school, this is the first time that Air Force and Ottawa have played each other. This is a brand new program, like most of them we're going to be seeing this weekend. There's a shot. It is blocked. Very nice block there. Falcons win. There's a equalizer. Grant Snyder with goal number 69 on the year. 69 goals for Grant Snyder. A little pressure being put on by the defense by Air Force. A couple of substitutions. Looks like Sam De La Cruz is going to be out. Pass a little too high, too hard. And Lucas Smith will take control as he'll fire the outlet pass to the left side. Just underway here in the first quarter. Wave, a shot and a score on the corner. Carter with the goal. Two to 1 now in favor of Air Force. Jackson Carter putting in the 21st goal of the season. Kaito Ham now checking into the match. Kaito had a pretty good start to the tournament, as he had 5 points on 4 goals and an assist. Dumped down low. Ball slapped away. Air Force will take a deep breath, and then they'll play LIU in the second game, Long Island University. Five minutes in the first quarter. And Air Force leading by the score 2-1. Try to center. Taken away by Air Force. Jake Dixon picks it off and sends it back to Lucas Smith, who will set up the offense. Ian Christie with a touch. He'll get a little pressure. Looks like the Spirit will play a 3-3 defense. There's a steal on the other side, so the Spirit get it right back. It's going to be a sprint for the pool. It's going to be the Spirit that gets a shot, and a block by Lucas Smith. Luca had 10 saves in that first game against Biola. Here's Cole Copperrood. Cole trying to make a move on his man. Back to Ian Christie. Christie still holding the ball off to the left side. And I think Grant lost it. Zach Witten will be credited with a steal. 3:53 left to play in quarter number one. The Falcons lead it by the score of 2-1. Grant Snyder with a goal. And Jake Dixon with a goal for Air Force. There's a shot, and there's the equalizer. So we got a pair of deuces up there. Substitutions now coming in for the Spirit. Falcons will turn right around at the conclusion of this match and play Long Island University, the Sharks. School that has a men's program. I think the first year they've had that. The LIU women, they've been around for a while. But the men's program just getting underway now. So we'll have a chance to see the Sharks. They're looking for their first victory of the tournament. Air Force trying to penetrate. There's a shot a little too hard. Long rebound, 50-50 ball. And it'll be Ian Christie who takes control. Ian throws it off. 23 seconds left to go. Plenty of time. Want to dump down low. Ball is loose. And we will have an exclusion, and it looks like it'll be called on Giulio Vivani. So the Falcons with a 6-on-5. There's a shot and a score, and they take advantage. Jake Dixon with his second goal of the game. Bruce Kim checking into the lineup for Air Force. Looks like they're going to have three coming out. Christie, Copperrood, and Swan will also be coming in. Matthew Kwan checking in. A little pressure being put on by the aforementioned Matthew Kwan as he goes for a steal. Draws a foul. First period here in day number 2 of the Rare Air Invite. And can the Falcons get the steal and the finish? Grant Snyder coming towards him. Dishes off to the left side. Waves, shot, score. Matthew Kwan. Falcons stretch it out to a 2-goal lead here in period number 1 with 2:22 left to go. Got to dump it down low. Lucas Smith coming out of the goal, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Air Force will have the possession. as Lucas Smith will try to get the offense rolling. Feed off to the right side. Just trying to run the offense here. Falcons with a 2-goal lead. This is Grant Snyder at the top. Has an idea of going down low. He does. A backhander. Nope. And it is going to be retrieved by Zach Whidden. Zach, a senior out of Lake Jackson, Texas. It is kind of interesting to note, and Joe Sabo and I talked about this at the first game, how water polo being pretty much an East Coast, West Coast sport. The teams that we're going to be seeing here, like this one, is from Arizona, and we'll also be seeing one from Illinois. That'll be Augustana College. Falcons will play them tomorrow. Here's a 1-second shot. 1 second before the shot clock has expired. 66 seconds left to play here in period number 1. They get the ball back, do the Spirit, and it throws it high. Shot is nicely blocked. Whitten getting his paws on it. Loose ball. Whitten throws it down the length of the pool. About 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Nice field block by Air Force. Justin D'Ambrose takes a shot. And an offensive foul. Wipe it out. 4-2. Hold it 4-2. Lead to Grant Snyder. He'll obviously get set to pull the trigger here. Yep.
And that's another goal. Snyder.
Falcons with a 3-0 run. Grant with his second goal of the day. 9 seconds left to play here in quarter number 1. The initial meeting between the Air Force Academy and Ottawa University out of Arizona, out of Surprise, Arizona to be precise. There's a shot. It's going to go wide to the left, and that should do it. A long shot by Lucas Smith, and that's how we close things out. At the end of 1 period of play, Air Force 5, the Ottawa Spirit 2. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision.
Roosevelt once said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming, who spends himself in a worthy cause. Do you have grit?"
Space is open to us now, and our eagerness to share its meaning is not governed by the efforts of others.
The essence of the American character is to explore new horizons and to tame new frontiers.
Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world.
From the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy, it's the Rare Air Invite game number 2 for Air Force as they lead it by the score of 5-2. Quick check of the scoring, a pair of goals for Grant Snyder and Jake Dixon. And Matthew Kwan is added to the scoring parade for the 5 goals for Air Force. Getting ready to go in the second quarter. A.J. Kuiper's doing the announcing today. Must run in the family. Mike was our announcer last week. And Ottawa actually gets the sprint to start the second quarter. Not sure if A.J. will be starting until maybe tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see. There's a shot and a score. Score now cut down to 5-3 as Wong is the man that got it. Jonathan Wong. 5-3 the score. Air Force on the attack. Ball batted around. However, the Falcons will retrieve. Still be Air Force's ball. Dylan Sinclair trying to dump it down low. They turn, they shoot, and it's off the post. Alan Chase tried to put the ball in the can, but hit the left side of the post. Boy, I'll tell you what, the shots in the first half of this game have been errant for both sides. They've either hit something or they have just flat out gone awry. There's an over the back, and that's going to go. It's going to be a power play. Jonathan Wong will take a seat as he came right over the back. Trying to set it up, trying to say, Kaido down low, and that ball was partially deflected on the shot. Pass is a little bit long, but the Spirit will take it. They still will have it. Coach is yelling to try to get it to the weak side. Lucas Smith coming out to disrupt things. So the Falcons will have possession. David Brown off the hand. They try to go down low. There's a look, and a nice block by the goalie. Zach Whitten playing a pretty solid game in the pipes for the Spirit. Low scoring affair. Ottawa trying to cut it down right now as they get the ball to number 4. This is Tristan Ambrosi. He gives it up. And looks like we'll have an exclusion. Nice field block by Air Force, and they get the steal. So despite the exclusion, no harm done. Lucas Smith will wait for everybody to get in position. Throws it short. Jacob Carter. Again, they try to work it down low. There's a nice feed underneath. And we're going to get our first penalty shot of the match. A little 5-meter violation. I think Bruce Kim is going to get the honors right now, wearing the number 20 cap for Air Force. Bruce trying to double the lead for Air Force, waiting for the whistle from the official. And he does. Bruce Kim makes it a 6-3 game in favor of the Falcons. And for Bruce, that is his 9th goal of the 2022 campaign. Gets it on the penalty shot. Spirit will make some moves. .458 left to play before the intermission. Fairly low-scoring affair here at the Cadet Natatorium. Take away by Air Force. Lucas Smith has it. He'll look over the offense, make sure everybody's in position. Here's a feed down to the center of the pool. Dish off to the right side. And a shot and a goal. Good job by Joey Shell as he puts that in the can. Fourth goal of the year for Joey Shell. Joey, a second classman out of Tustin, California. Apparently we're going to have a 5 meter, so we're going to have a penalty shot taken now by the Spirit. And they convert. Arnold Parmentier. Makes it a 7-4 game in favor of the Falcons. Well, once again, the Falcons moving from left to right as you look at him here at the Cadet Natatorium. Now, I'm looking at the play down low, and I'm going to tell you, there's some chokeholds being applied here. Yeah, I'm not surprised they excluded 14. I think he had a death grip. And there's a shot and a score. Joey again. Joey Shell with back-to-back goals for the Falcons makes it an 8-4 match. Charles Campbell trying to get things started now for the Spirit. Falcons will play 2 tomorrow. They'll take on Augustana College and then have a rematch with Long Island University. Down low they go. Backhander. Lucas Smith says nope. Ottawa maintaining possession. Fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Air Force trying to push him out near the pool. Feed down low. There's a shot and a score. That was almost triple coverage. He got that through. It's an awful lot of action down there, and I think the .5 game in favor of Air Force right now. Once again, a lot of action down low. Nice shot.
Very sweet shot. Puts in the back of the cage.
Give Grant Dixon the hat trick. Little sidearm delivery, and he put it right in the can. Ooh, He gets a little bump as he comes out of the pool. Easy there, Grant. I think he banged his shin, as a matter of fact. Kaido Ham will now check in. Two minutes and 56 seconds left to play before halftime, with the Falcons leading 9-5. Nice defense. Unfortunately, I think they came over the back, and I think we're going to have an exclusion foul, and we will. 6-on-5 now for the Spirit. Cross. They've shot. Beautiful block by Lucas Smith. And Air Force will now have the possession of the ball. They'll send it back to Luka, who will set up the offense. Long pass, a little bit too long, but nothing to worry about. It's retrieved now by Jackson Carter. Looks like he wants to give a look towards the goal, but instead he'll send it down low. Right back to Carter, and it's punched out by the goalie, by Whidden. Falcons in possession with a fresh 30, and we're at the 2:08 mark. And turn it over, and here's a long pass down the pool. Goal here could make it rather interesting here for the Spirit. There's a look, there's a shot, and that man again, Lucas Smith. Freshman out of Redlands, California. 146. I was trying to go man-to-man a little bit. Throws off to the right side. Ten on the shot clock. Lucas Smith says nope. Luka having a pretty good day in the pipes. So far, 6 saves, according to Nick Arseniak, our sports information director for Air Force Academy Water Polo. Joey Shell throws it right into the hands of one of the Spirit, and they'll get it back to Whittier, and he'll start the offense. Try to get something before the end of the half. 54 seconds left to go in the second quarter, 23 on the shot clock, so they do have an opportunity here. See where they want to go. Looks like Air Force has got everyone pretty well covered. Now they want to center it. Out comes Lucas Smith, and I think we're going to get a penalty shot. If I read the official correctly, yes, this will be the second penalty shot of the match for the Spirit. They're 1 for 1 in that category, so we'll get a 5-meter penalty toss. Might be Matty Roebuck or Parmentier, and he converts. Parmentier makes it a 9-6 game. I think he has a pair on the day. Shell, Christy, Ham. Juan, I think, in the pool now. Air Force. There's Bruce Kim. Let's see who will get. There's Bruce Kim with the touch right there. Well, I'll tell you what, that action down low, and it's going to be right back to Air Force. Sam De La Cruz getting worked over. I think the defender was trying to work for a foul. 7 seconds left to go. This could be a catch and shoot. 4 seconds. They're going to be able to get it off. The wind, the fire, and it's wide right. Tony Vargas taking the last shot for the Spirit, and as we head to halftime, our score is Air Force 9, Ottawa Spirit 6, you're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Quick check of the scoring for Air Force here at the end of the first half of play. Grant Snyder, Jake Dixon, Joey Shell each with 2. Carter, Quan, and Kim each with 1. And Lucas Smith with 6 saves in the net. Falcons looking for their 15th win of the 2022 campaign. So here we go. Doesn't look like there'll be too many changes. We see Grant Snyder. We're going to get somebody new sprinting for Air Force here to start the second half. I think we have everybody present and accounted for on both sides of the pool. And here we go with period number 3. And here is the battle, and it's going to go to the Spirit. They've gone 2 for 3 in the sprint category today. Special thanks to A.J. Kuipers for acknowledging the broadcast crew and the guys that make it all possible. There's a shot and a score. Little NAIA school out of Surprise, Arizona, giving the Falcons something to think about. Jonathan Wong, and by my unofficial count, that should be his 3rd goal of the match. And Ottawa now has a chance to cut it down to 1. Trying to go down center. There's a shot. It goes wide right. Lucas Smith still in the pipes for Air Force, as we mentioned. 7 starts, 7 victories. Has an open look here. There's a shot. That corner was right there. We talked about it in the last game. Where would Grant Snyder be on the all-time scoring list if we didn't have COVID in 2020? Interesting to think about. But the number 3 scorer of all time gets another, should be his 3rd of the day, or rather his 3rd of this match. Feet down low. Nice steal. And here comes Snead up the center of the pool. Might have a look. Looked like the defense was dropping off a little bit. Trying to work that 5 spot. It looked like an attempted slap shot, but to no avail. And now the Spirit will fire. Lucas Smith blocks. That should be save number 7. Up ahead they go to the Falcons. Shot blocked by the Spirit. Both sides playing some pretty tight D here. And they try to get the finish, and they do. Ian Tower with his first goal of the match, and now it's a 10-8 ball game. Greg Ferrier, the head coach of the Ottawa Spirit. They are based out of Surprise, Arizona. Here's Grant Smith, who makes a move to his left. Might have a look. And he does, and the corner was right there, and he says, I'll take it. Falcons with a 3-goal lead now. 4 for Grant Snyder. Kaido Ham, Grant Snyder. We're already getting our candidates for player of the game. Well, yeah, there's a ball down low. That last comment's classified information, folks. We're not saying anything there. They try to go up top. Now to the 5, now to the 4. There's a shot, and it's off the cage. Turnover going to Air Force. Ian Christie getting a little pressure. Tries to throw it off to the right side. Get a foul is drawn. That's the thing about water polo. You can get as many fouls as you want. It's the exclusions where you get into trouble. Christie winds and fires, and it's off the hand of. Looked like Whidden got a piece of the ball. Still a pretty tight match, 11-8. We are in the third period. Falcons trying their best to sprint away with this one. Again, pressure being put on by Air Force. Push them out towards the center of the pool. Christie. And they get the shot clock to expire. We've seen that quite a few times by Air Force. Air Force with a fast break. Goes off to the left side. Try to center. Shot. And yes. Kato Ham, I believe. Mr. Kaito Ham with another goal. $12-8 is our score. Cole Copperwood checking out of the match. Once again, pressure being put on by the Falcons. Trying for the reach in. Try and force the shot clock. Got a man open on the 5 spot, but can they get the ball to him? Ninth. And Ottawa's going to call a timeout with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in the third period. We'll take one as well. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Chance to say hello to my wingman, Joe Sable's father, just a few moments ago. This is a good thing. So now I've met the family. This is good. That's one of the nice perks of this job. You get to meet the families. I love that. And yes, we do tell stories about you. So, Spirit at the top of the key. Stolen away by Air Force. Ian Christie with the pick. Back to Lucas Smith. 3:14 left to go. Falcons trying to get their second win of the Rare Air Invite. Here's a feed off to the left side. Get a foul. Down low. And once again, it's Air Force ball. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They're going to have to get a desperation heave. It's a little high. get the ball into Jackson Carter, but it was a little too tall on that shot. So the Spirit try to cut it to 3, and they do. Ian Tower. Ian has scored the last 2 goals for the Spirit. And the Falcons will come on the attack. Jackson Carter dealing it off to the left side. That's Grant Snyder getting covered. We'll have in our post game, we'll have our player of the game, or certainly the player of the term. There's a shot that's knocked away. Zach Whidden. I've been impressed by this young man today. He's made some plays. Aaron shots and some pretty good goalkeeping being pretty much the story of this match today. Brown. Looks like we have an exclusion. 6 on 5 now. Let's see if the Air Force Falcons can convert. Trying to work that ball to the left side. Have a look. Not the one they want, though. 14 on the shot clock. That's the one they wanted. Ian Christie makes it a 4-goal match for the Falcons. Sam De La Cruz back in the match. Bruce Kim coming in. Jake Dixon, Jackson Carter will come out. Pressure defense being put on that. There's a steal. Good play there. Ian Christie with a steal. As they try to penetrate inside. There's a shot. Grant Snyder with 5 today in this match. He is having a tournament, folks, and he has certainly had quite the career here at the United States Air Force Academy. But as we've said so many times before, there's some young players on this team, a lot of sophomores and freshmen getting a look. Here's a feed down low. Kaido Ham will get an exclusion call. And Air Force turns right around. I think steals it right back. They said, well, he may get the exclusion, but we go back to full strength. 14-9 in favor of the Falcons right now. The pass a little bit too long, and everybody will have to paddle back down the pool. There's a shot. That was a desperation shot. Long bomb. Khan out of San Clemente, California, making the score. Falcons will turn right around after this game and play Long Island University in the second game of a doubleheader today. 2 for the price of 1. Another exclusion being called. And it's going to give Air Force a 6 on 5. Up at the top. Try to get down low. They are really falling back on defense, as you might expect on a 6 on 5. 16 seconds, and that ball is swatted away. Whitten again. Air Force gets it back. Now they got two guys playing in the goal, it looks like. It doesn't make any difference, and Ian Christie scores. Actually had two people dropping back, the goalkeeper and a guy that was kind of in front of the goal there to try to assist a little bit. And we've got exactly 4 ticks of the clock here in period number 3. Well, now they've added 4 seconds, so it's now 8. Five seconds left to go in the third period. Lob. Lucas Smith comes out. There's a shot, and I think he beat the buzzer. Somehow he was able to take the ball away from Lucas Smith, and Matty Roebuck scores. All right, so we have now completed 3 periods of play. We had a rather dramatic close to the end of the third period. We'll get ready for the final 8 minutes. Air Force leading it by the score of 15-11. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Final 8 minutes of game number 2 in this rare air invite as the Falcons in a 15-11 match with the Ottawa Spirit out of Surprise, Arizona. And this little NAIA school, brand new to the water polo program, has battled the Falcons rather tough for the first 3 quarters. Let's see how the final 8 minutes play out. Falcons, of course, if you missed the first game, They won their conference opener. They beat Biola by the score of 15-8. I think we're still waiting for some members of the... There we go. We got our last man in the pool now for the Spirit. Surprisingly enough, the Spirit have won 2 of the last 3 sprints. And here we go with the final 8 minutes of play. 15-11 the score. Air Force is on top. Ball is loose, and Ottawa wins the sprint. Coach is yelling to swing the ball around. There's a shot. That's not going to go anywhere. Sinclair with the deflection. Dylan Sinclair, one of the co-captains of this 2022 team. Here's a feed down low. Ball gets loose. And an exclusion being called on the Spirit, and the Falcons waste no time in making them pay. Trevor Zimlich getting the goal, and that might be his first of the year. We'll double check that. That's his 6th. Haven't had a chance to call his name very much. Here's a steal now by Air Force as Sam De La Cruz says, I've got it. And up the pool they come. Off to Brown. Trying to fill the lanes. A look, a backhander. That was partially blocked. So that would go back to the Spirit. Here's a 2-on-1. Let's see if the Spirit can do anything with it, and they do. Tony Vargas out of Los Angeles with the score. Makes it a 16-12 ball game. Like the Spirit would try to play the man as they try to hook it down low. That shot was blocked. Nice. Sam De La Cruz has his shot rejected by Whidden, and the Spirit will come the other way. Being forced on that left side of the pool, trying to dump it inside the 5 meters. 16-12 in favor of the Falcons. Another foul. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Going to have to get something off. There's a loose ball, and Lucas Smith covers it. Got a long pass down pool. They got a 2-on-2, does Air Force. And let's see who's going to pick it up. It's going to be Air Force, and now they lose it. It's a foul, and so Air Force will maintain. Trying to center it. There's a shot. Nice field block. Long rebound. It'll go right back to Air Force. Matthew Kwan got it. Jackson Carter. I think we're going to have a turnover here, and it's going to go back to the Spirit. Spirit fans know they're very much in this thing. 5:23 left to play here in the game. Only a 4-goal deficit. Might have it over the back. Well, all right, it's going to be just a regular foul. I thought they might have called Kwan for an over the back on that, an impossible exclusion. Not the case. Down low, double team by Air Force. And Lucas Smith will pick it up. Probably a tighter match than I think any of us anticipated today, especially with a school that's just starting the program or brand new to the program. Juan goes off the left side. There's a shot, hits the side of the post. Long rebound. Air Force does recover. Down low they go. Goalie comes out. Witten trying to make the play. Air Force still has it. 21 seconds. They have a look. They have a excellent opportunity, and they just put it in there for the score. Give that to Sam De La Cruz, I believe, or maybe not. We'll give it to David Brown. We'll get a correction. So David Brown makes it a 17-12 game in favor of the Falcons of the United States Air Force Academy. Looking for win number 15 on the year against only 4 setbacks. And try to establish their superiority as far as home pool is advantage concerned. Here's a feed down. Oh, they got a good look here to the Spirit, but they lose the ball. And I think we're going to get an exclusion over the back. So now the Spirit will have a chance for a 6-on-5. And I think we've had a timeout called, even though I didn't hear an air horn. Looking at the official on the near side, I think he was calling for a timeout. Colin Chase will now come in, the freshman. Unless they've switched caps. That might be my man Joey Sabo down there. Sure looks like him. I'll guarantee you his parents will know. I think he switched caps with somebody, but I think that's Joe in there. Begin 23 seconds on the shot clock. Try to penetrate inside that 2 meters. And ball knocked around. And I think they got the shot and the score. Or did they count it? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to get a timeout called with 3:52 left to play in this match. Falcons lead it by 5, 17-12. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Hold the score at 17-12, 3:52. Power play opportunity now for the Falcons. As Joe Sabo got a cameo appearance there. See if the Falcons can take advantage. And that shot's a little off the mark. And we'll hold it 17-12. Ethan Smith, a freshman in the pool now for Air Force. Trevor Zimlich, I think a lot of the freshmen getting some looks now. He's got to start building with the young'uns, folks, when some of these fourth-classmen, more experienced. Nice backhander. Matty Roebuck, and that was a good-looking backhander. Four-point lead now for the Falcons with 3:15 left to go in regulation. Jackson Carter with a touch. Try to get it down low, double team, and the Spirit come away with it. Long feed down the left side of the pool, off to that one position. Playing on the flat, up to the top. The post. Shot, score. (17-14) in favor of Air Force. Falcons winning their conference opener over Biola. Find themselves in a little bit of a tussle here. And here's a steal. And here come the Spirit. 2:12 left to go. A lot of young kids in the pool for the Falcons. Thomas Newell in there. I think we have about 3 freshmen of that, just by a quick count. Steal by Air Force. That's what they needed. Tighten up that D. 1:48 left to go. We will not have much of a break in between games, as we're scheduled to play the second game almost immediately against Long Island. There's a wave. There's a shot too high off the top of the cage. Spirit have it. Could cut it to 2. 89 seconds left to play in regulation. Going down the left side of the pool. Try to dump it down low, and Air Force with the steal. Nixon with a steal, taps it back to Lucas Smith, and it's time to settle. Ryan Brown coaching over to the right-hand side, getting everybody adjusted, telling one of his players to get within 2 meters, and now we are going to have a timeout, I believe. 51 seconds left to play here in regulation, and I believe we will take a timeout as well. 17-14, Air Force on top. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. With 51 seconds left to play in regulation, the Air Force Academy Falcons lead the Ottawa Spirit out of Arizona 17-14. And Air Force in possession of the ball. There is a shot as the time expired on the shot clock. Spirit trying to cut it down to 2 and make it look more interesting. They have an exclusion. Thomas Newell will go out and then come right back in. 16 seconds, 15 seconds. We'll have Grant Snyder on as our post-game guest. He has had not only a day, but definitely have to talk about the man who's now number 3 in all-time scoring here at the Academy. And we won't keep him long because he has to basically turn around and go right back into the pool. We are scheduled for a 6:30 spot, and that is it. Well, Ottawa makes it interesting, but the Falcons win it by the score of 17-14. And for the Falcons, they are now 15-4. We'll take a break. Post-game coming up next. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision.
Space is open to us now, and our eagerness to share its meaning is not governed by the efforts of others.
The essence of the American character is to explore new horizons and to tame new frontiers.
Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world.
Teddy Roosevelt once said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming, who spends himself in a worthy cause. Do you have grit?"
Back once again at the Cadet Natatorium, where the Falcons defeat Ottawa by the score of 17-14. A pleasure to have as our post-game guest the number 3 all-time scorer here at the United States Air Force Academy. 3 goals and 3 assists in the first game, 5 goals and 2 assists in this game, 111 points on the season. Grant, congratulations on going to number 3 in the all-time.
Thank you, thank you.
Talk a little bit about these first 2 games and your impressions of what you saw so far.
Great first 2 games. We won our first conference game. Definitely could have been a close game. Biola is a great team, but came out with some good energy. Maybe not so much the first quarter in Biola, but we finished off with some good energy. And then this game, we're ahead the whole time, got the freshmen some good play time, so all around good weekend.
A little surprised at how close they kept this game?
A little surprised, yeah, but we have our young guys in there. They haven't played D1 water polo at all, so you kind of expect it. Probably should have widened the gap a little bit, but they got some good play time, so that's all that really matters.
Now, I think the coach has been saying, Coach Ryan Brown talked about maybe executing one more pass and getting the passing game a little bit better. What do you think?
Yeah, that's been a big emphasis, especially these past 2 weekends. I think I know we just shoot too quick sometimes, so it's always got to look for that extra pass. and that shot off the pass is usually a lot easier than that first shot.
Well, I know you have another game to play, so I'm going to dismiss you, as they say, but congratulations in moving into number 3 on the all-time scoring list. And yes, folks, I'd have to do some math, but he also has a shot at getting into number 2. But we'll have to wait and see. I know you're not thinking about records, you're thinking about W, so congratulations. So good luck to you in the next one.
Thank you.
Grant Snyder, senior here at the United States Air Force Academy, is now the number 3 all-time scorer here in water polo history. And so we will take a brief break and come back for the second game of the doubleheader as the Air Force Academy Falcons will take on the Sharks from Long Island University. For our entire Falcon Vision crew, I'm Jeffrey Orman from the Cadet Natatorium. We bid you a pleasant good afternoon.